Yo guys, before the video starts, I just wanted to say that 71% of you watching these videos aren't subscribed. Listen, it would mean the world to me if you guys would subscribe because I'm trying to hit 200k. It's a dream of mine to get there. And as well as that, by subscribing, you're going to get to see TNA content, wrestling content, and all that jazz. I've got so many videos planned for December. Like, December is going to be a mad month. So stay tuned for that. And hit the subscribe button and help me get to 200k. But let's get into the video. What's going on, guys? It's Tom, or Talk to the Wrestling, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, during the first UK lockdown, I made a video reviewing TNA Lockdown 2010, obviously just due to the title of the pay-per-view, and the Team Hogan versus Team Flair match that was on that pay-per-view. And so now that the UK is in lockdown again, it's only right that I review yet another TNA Lockdown event. Today we'll be looking back at TNA Lockdown 2009, a show famous due to one of the results of the matches, which you can probably see spoiled in the title. Sorry about that. Before we do get into it though, I'd like to thank my Patreon backers, all listed here. Be sure to check out my Patreon. I'm going to have Survivor Series predictions up on there coming shortly, probably today or tomorrow realistically. Check out my November page and check out my second channel, which I need to upload more to. I keep forgetting. I'm so bad at YouTube. How do I have this many subscribers? We're trying to hit 200k. Any help getting there is well and truly appreciated. But let's just stop wasting time and get into this video, shall we?
Hey, this is your Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you are watching Top 10 Wrestling. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
TNA Lockdown 2009 is live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, from the Liacouras Center, don't know how to pronounce that, in front of 4,500 fans. If you aren't aware of how the TNA Lockdown pay-per-views work, they're basically just a pay-per-view where every match takes place with a steel cage around the ring. It's a unique concept, and it actually does work, and it isn't overkill, which makes the shows even better. But anyways, we open the show with the X Division title match. It's a 5-way escape match with Jay Lethal, Kiyoshi, Consequences Creed, and Sheik Abdul Bashir challenging the champion Suicide. The rules of an escape match is that you're eliminated by pinfall or submission until it comes down to the final two, where you must escape to win. During this time in 2009, it was always certain that any X Division match on pay-per-view would be good, and the X Division at this time was just killing it, and this match truly was no different. Kiyoshi is the first eliminated after Machismo hits an elbow on him, and he and Creed both cover him, and then Creed is eliminated not too long after by Bashir, evening the odds so there's no longer any teams in the match anymore. The match does cool down a bit after that elimination, I really thought Creed was one of the MVPs of this match, but the match it's still good regardless. Lethal is next eliminated after Suicide hits some mad looking move on him, and then Bashir steals the pin, so we're down to the final two, and they actually have a really nice little short but sweet match, and Suicide is able to escape after he dives from the top of the cage onto Security and Kiyoshi, who are on the outside. Really awesome finish. I'm going to give this match 3.75 stars. Like I said, the X Division was just so consistent at this time. You had so much talent. Like, you had these guys, you had Daniels and Kazarian, who I guess was Suicide, or both of them were Suicide, Shelley and Sabin. And yeah, it was just a good time for the X Division. Samoa Joe, Homicide. I'm missing out so many names, but you get the idea. Next up, we have a fatal 4-way Queen of the Cage match, as it's Madison Rayne, Sojo Bolt, Daphne My Queen, and ODB. Throughout the match, Madison and Sojo team up, and Sojo was an honorary Beautiful People member, I guess. This match was okay. I think it went on for a bit too long and dragged on a bit in the end. But ODB does win this after pinning Sojo after spraying her and a power slam to be the Queen of the Cage, which honestly, I never understood what being the Queen of the Cage even gets you. It's just like a title to have, you know, just to call yourself something, but no prestige about it. Either way, 2.75 stars. Thought it was an above average match, and yeah, it was alright, and to be fair, it was very hard to follow the first match as well. Next up, we have a triple threat tag team match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Championships. or as TNA calls them, the New Japan Junior Tag Championships. Nice one, TNA. It's Homicide and Hernandez, aka LAX, versus Tetsuya Naito and Yujiro, aka No Limit. Super awesome to see them in TNA. And of course, the defending champions, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns. What an awesome lineup of competitors. This match was also tornado tag rules, meaning all 6 were in the ring at the same time, which just made it so much better. This match was super fun, and due to the tornado rules, it meant that there was always something happening. These 3 teams are just great. I loved this match. It was full of action, innovative offense, obviously mainly coming from the Machine Guns, who are just one of the most innovative tag teams of all time, and great use of the cage as well, and the Machine Guns retain with a powerbomb sliced bread combination from the corner on Naito. No idea what just happened with my voice there, but 4.25 stars. I enjoyed this match so much. Really great stuff here, and the Machine Guns, of course, do retain. Next up, we have a Doomsday Chamber of Blood match, as it's the Blueprint Matt Morgan versus the Monster Abyss. Matt Morgan goes under the ring to get some crazy weapons before he enters the ring, and gets 1 chair. And already early on, the fans are dissatisfied as they are chanting, "We want blood," which, to be fair to them, the match is called a Doomsday Chamber of Blood match, so maybe they do get that, but luckily, that is what they get, because as soon after Abyss is busted open by a chair, which Matt Morgan then climbs up the cage and throws the chair out of the cage, to lots of boos. I don't get why he did this. Like, why would you do that? You're in the ring in a match with Abyss, who is known for hardcore, and you're just saying, nah, no weapons. Like, come on. This match was really slow and quite dull. Nothing really exciting happened until near the end, when Matt Morgan was busted open by glass, and Abyss was thrown into tacks by Matt Morgan, which got Matt Morgan the win. I was going to give it 2.5, but I'll give it 2.75 since I am a sucker for thumbtack spots. Next up, we have a triple threat match for the TNA Knockouts Championship. It's Angelina Love, Taylor Wilde, and Knockouts champion Awesome Kong. Awesome Kong starts off brutalizing Angelina as revenge for Angelina cutting her braids off, and then Taylor Wilde takes it to her too. Angelina has made enemies out of both of them, and it looks like Wilde and Kong are going to work together, but psych! Kong is absolutely dominant, beating them both up and using the cage to her advantage. Kong then goes for a top rope swanton and misses, which gets a holy chant, which, yeah, honestly, that looked crazy. Madison and Angelina then tied Kong's braids to the door, effectively taking her out the match. This was a cool spot, I thought. Taylor hits a huge crossbody on Angelina and pins her, and it looks like Angelina was legit taken out by it, as she didn't kick out, and then Taylor just kind of had to cancel the pinfall, and then when Taylor pinned her again, the same thing happened. Awesome Kong, who's still sitting down tied to the door, then kicks Taylor, and Angelina pins her for the win. And yeah, this was totally not the finish. It was so awkward looking. I think Angelina was legit taken out and they just had to rush to the finish. Either way, decent match, 3.25 stars. Angelina Love is the new Knockouts champion. Next up, we have a Philadelphia Street Fight tag match. TNA Tag Champs Beer Money versus IWGP Tag Champs Team 3D, with both sets of titles on the line. This match is Falls Count Anywhere rules, with the cage door being left open, so you can just go in and out of the cage at your discretion. They start brawling outside, which, to be fair, is literally every Team 3D match anyway, and then they start brawling in the crowd. For God's sake, why does Team 3D do this every match? If you guys watch this channel, you know I absolutely hate when they do the crowd brawling. I'm tempted to knock them down a rating just because I hate crowd brawling so much. Eventually they make it back to the ring, and now the match can actually kind of begin. Beer Money put Devon through a table and Rude kind of goes with him, which looked kind of botchy but funny. Brother Ray is also busted open. Ray hits the Bubba Bomb on Rude from the top rope, which looked awesome. All of them now get in the ring, and we got 2-on-2 action in the ring, and it's a really fun match, honestly. And the finish sees Storm accidentally slam the door on Rude, and then Rude is 3D'd through a table, which gives Team 3D the win. Really awesome finish and a fun match here. I was going to knock off a rating due to the crowd brawl, but I'll let it slide because this match was good. I'll give it 3.75 stars. Next up, we got Lethal Lockdown, as it's Team Jarrett versus the main event Mafia minus Sting. Lethal Lockdown rules, if you don't know what it is, Lethal Lockdown is just war games essentially. One person comes in at a time, And when everyone is in, all 8 people, the roof lowers and the roof basically has weapons like hanging off of it. So it's a pretty cool match concept, one of TNA's better match stipulations. Kurt Angle and Daniels start off the match, and they start it off well, which is no surprise as they're both great. They're joined by Booker T, so the main event Mafia have the advantage, and it's a 2-on-1 situation now. Daniels holds up well, but the 2-on-1 advantage is too much. And next out is the phenomenal AJ Styles, and the odds are even once again. But then Scott Steiner is out next for the main event Mafia, and even though they say that all men are created equal, the odds are now in favour of the main event Mafia as it's 3-on-2. Samoa Joe is out to even the odds for Team Jarrett, however he's delayed as he's receiving instructions from someone. Ooh, who could it be? But he does come out and he looks awesome because, of course he does, he's Samoa Joe. Kevin Nash is out as the final Mafia member, and Samoa Joe starts brawling with him before he even gets in the ring. Then Jeff Jarrett is out and it's a 4-on-4 now, and the cage roof is lowered so Lethal Lockdown can officially begin. Team Jarrett begin destroying the Mafia with weapons, other than Angle, who's climbed up to the roof and is followed up there by AJ Styles, and they begin trying to throw each other off. Kurt gets the better of AJ and leaves him up there, and down in the ring the Mafia are now in control, but AJ then jumps from the roof into the cage and takes all of them out. They all hit finishes on each other, there's multiple near falls, but in the end, Jarrett smashes the guitar over Booker and AJ pins him to win the match. I'm going to give it 4 stars. Lethal Lockdown matches are always fun, and I really enjoyed this. But then after the match, Bobby Lashley came out and made his debut in one of a really awkward debut. He just came out and pointed, nothing really happened. And up next is the main event. It's Mick Foley challenging the main event Mafia's Sting for the TNA World title. Foley is bleeding about a minute in after he just punches himself in the face, and this match was kind of slow for a very good portion of it. Sting is just beating Foley up as he's bleeding, and it's a very questionable decision to have Foley inside a cage and have no weapon use. There was literally no weapon use other than later on when we do eventually get some, as Foley takes out the cameraman and then gets the cameraman to give him the barbed wire bat, which he uses on Sting, including on his face, which busts him open, so at least we did get that. Foley takes out Sting, dominates him with the bat, and begins escaping the cage to try and win, but Sting is right back up and is right after him, and it's a race now to see who can escape the cage first and get the title, and it is Foley who escapes the cage first and wins the TNA World Championship. I'm going to give this 3 stars, I think. It was okay, not the best match on the show, but yeah, Mick Foley won the TNA World Championship. Yes, in 2009, Mick Foley was world champion in TNA. So how did his reign go, you ask? Well, first of all, at Sacrifice, he managed to keep the title because Sting pinned Angle in a 4-way match, meaning he got Angle's Sacrifice of the main event Mafia leadership, and Foley kept the title, and then he lost it in the King of the Mountain match at Slammiversary to Kurt Angle. So very much of a nothing reign. That's it for the show. I'm going to give the show 3.75 stars. Overall, I thought top to bottom, every match was pretty decent. There weren't any bad matches, just average matches, and most matches were above average, such as the Triple Threat Tag match, the X Division match, the Lethal Lockdown, the Philadelphia Street Fight, and yeah, everything was pretty decent, I thought, and I found myself enjoying it. So, that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, smack the like button. If you guys want to see a video on the rise and fall of Mick Foley in TNA, I'll be very open to doing that, so do let me know. I'll see you all soon, though. Goodbye, and keep on rolling. Check out all my social medias down below. Should have said that. Now, goodbye, and keep on rolling.